Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is danicctutorials and today I'm gonna show you how to make the cat in the hat figurine. You can make for a cake topper, for decoration, for anything you want. Please don't forget to subscribe before we start the video so you can find me again. And also press the bell button so you get notifications for new videos. We have new videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 8 o'clock. We are going to start the cat in a hat using the clay enough for making his body and his legs. So I'm gonna make an elongated pear kind of shape, and then we're gonna cut the thicker part, the bottom part, in two, and that's where the legs are gonna start coming down. So you're gonna get all the excess down because he has very skinny legs, very skinny body. So all the excess then we have in the spare, then we start off, we can stretch up and down to make the legs and the neck. And that's what I'm gonna do. Not gonna make arms from this, it's just the belly, and the legs and the feet. So that's why I'm trying, just stretching out, elongated things, playing with the clay around to make those legs. And also I keep my eyes on it to check the position I want him to be. I'm using, of course, as always, a picture that I got on the internet just to follow the directions of the figurine. And then I am just going to fold it up and start modeling his feet. He has a foot that is kind of very skinny and curvy, so that's what we're gonna do. And also seeing if both of them stay standing on the table or the cake or whatever we're gonna use that for, just to be sure that the standing is too straight. It's not gonna be, flopping around on the top or whatever you want to display. So I'm going to use my hands to get the excess from the top, and already kind of model the shoulders and the excess up to make the neck. And I am going to cut the excess off because we don't need it. You can use toothpicks, flyer wires, anything else to make if you want to hold things or if you need to make a bigger one. But for the size and the clay I'm using, I really don't need that much for now. And I'm just making a long skinny snail in white to make his tail. His tail is super long, so I'm just gonna make a long one and curve a little bit and then let it dry and shape. Just like that. And now we're going to start making his arm. I'm using a little bit of white, and we're gonna make a long skinny piece, and we're gonna fold in half just to make the elbows and a little ball and teardrop shape. As always for arms, cut to separate the thumb to the rest of the fingers. And actually he has no really fingers separated in the other one, so I just separated thumbs and the rest of the fingers all together. Normally we cut them separate, but for cat in a hat I didn't see in any other pictures, so I'm just gonna fold it, leave the thumb up just like that. And then we are going to also, like Mickey, make a little ball and put it right there. I'm making a hole so I can place the arm, and I'm just placing the arm. Since this arm is going down and is holding the bottom on the body and the top on the body, I don't need a wire to make sure that this is going to stay. The other one to the other side and is going up with the fish tank, we need the wire on the arm. That's why I didn't use a wire on that. And now we are going to make his face, make a thick teardrop shape. And then we're gonna cut straight on the bottom, the thick part, and we're gonna put that up. The bottom part's gonna be the mouth, and the top part's gonna be the face and nose. It's kind of like you're cutting a pear in two through the bottom. He is not difficult, you just need to go gentle because it's all white, and then you're gonna look and think that's not really looking good. changes completely when you start making, you know, the traces, the drawing traces. Then he has those little lines. It changes completely the way it looks. So hanging there and watching to the end so you can see how it changes when you start painting. I put a little ball on the middle of the face for the nose and a little triangle on the ears, and I just mark the center just to give a 3D effect. Just like that. Be sure then he is in the position of the mouth you want before you let it dry. And we're gonna do the same thing to the other hand. Cover a little piece of wire in white for the arm, and then I'm just going to make the same thing we did to the other one. Cut it, and then on the picture I could see his little pinky up, so that's why I cut it a little bit more. But that's up to you, as much detail as you want to do. And then I'm just gonna place the end of the arm of the wire. Now we're gonna make a fish tank, make a ball, flatten out. And I decided just to open up there. I don't know why the video is not show me making the fish. If you guys want to do that because it's complicated, I just put a little bit of orange there and then looking like the top of the fish. I don't know where my video went, but I just opened like this and then put a half of the little fish on top of it. You guys gonna see the picture. But if you're having trouble, please let me know. I will put a little tiny video on my Instagram showing how to make the fish tank and the little fish if you guys are having trouble to do that. And then I'm gonna start with the base for the head, a flat part and an oval shape. And then we're gonna put red, and then we're gonna put white. I'm just making little rolls and placing it, and you're gonna make the hat be bending to one side. So you pick the side you want to do, look at your picture, and then you kind of go and pushing down one side more of the clay going down, so it gives that impression of movement. So it's kind of like a 3D kind of thing. And then we're gonna go with red, white, and red. I think the last one is red, so that's what you're gonna do. And you can see I make my rolls in kind of a little teardrop long shape. So if I need to put them the one way and then to the other side, so you can see then it makes your lines be thicker and one side is just making your roll to be a little in a teardrop shape kind of size, and then you just turn around like I did to this one. This one is the last one, so it's a thicker one. I am just going to push the right side, if you look into the screen, down, and then the other side is going to be the one up. And I push them together to try to make all those stripes be straight, to look like they belong to the same hat. Now then we just put them all together. And make sure then the bottom part is wider than the top part. I made a little heart and then cut the excess right there to start his little necktie. But the other two parts I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. So I made a teardrop shape squished, and I'm just separating the sides to kind of make that bow tie. But I want them to dry before I put it on the model, so it's gonna be up, not folding down and all squishy. So that's gonna be sitting out not on him for a second. I'm just making lines because I see lines on the drawing, the picture I was looking. So we copy everything and make a little bow for the middle. So you can see I put the tail, I put the necktie and the hat and the fish tank on his hand, and look how bland it looks, guys. The fish tank is kind of cute. I liked it. And then look the difference when we're starting just making lines. You can use any pencil, color pencil if you want to. I think pens are easier, especially those tiny very thin ones. And then you go to town. You're gonna make lines everywhere, like he is like Dr. Seuss is drawing the cat in a hat. And that's what I'm gonna do. Just look at the picture. Some places are a little darker. Some places go to one to one side, to diagonal sides and things like that. So just keep your eyes on the picture so you can copy that. Since mine is kind of twisted in the side a little bit, as you can see my lines on his belly. Of course, his belly is not going to be clear on the front because I'm trying to make him twist it a little. So take that in account when you're making your lines as well. That's my favorite part to make cat in a hat, is to let it dry and go back and make all the lines. I feel like I'm drawing it. I can draw anything for my life. So when I do this, it kind of makes me happy. I'm making the smile, making little polka dots where the whiskers are coming off. We're gonna make the thumb and the mouth. More lines everywhere. Lines. If you are interested in buying this cake topper, I make, as you can see, I have the Etsy store linked down below. Then you can see all my 3D sticker eyes. We are updating the store, so it's gonna have a lot of new things there, a lot of new cool easy to decorate cake toppers, and it's gonna have clay, some tools, some things that I like to use. So if you guys want to check it out, the link is down below. And I keep drawing. Draw his nose and the eyes, eyelashes, eyebrows, the little polka dots for whiskers. Be sure that the mouth is good, and we're gonna do the same thing on the hat. All those lines are kind of, in my point of view, is like when you draw something, I think that's how they want to be, very simple with the drawings because it's a kid's book. But I kind of think that when you do that, it looks so cool. So I'm all over cat in a hat stuff, making lines. So you can see I'm gonna make in a hat too. And we're gonna place right on his head. As you can see, I am now just making the rest of the fish body because we just see his little face and head right there. It's just kind of like a triangle. Then I cut a little mouth. That's the only thing I did and put it there. As you can see, there's nothing else. Now the drawings, it makes a little eyeball and things like that. And then I'm gonna use a Sharpie to paint outside the fish body in orange to look like we seeing a see-through fish tank. And then I'm just gonna use the same Sharpie to go on the top of my clay so I can make the shadows on the fish tank be the same color of the clay, since the paint and the color of the clay are different. And just using a little white acrylic paint to make the eyes, using a little bit of glue to glue his head on his head. And then here he is. It's super cute. Cat in a hat. It's a hat for kids. If you have a party, if you need a cupcake topper, a cake topper, or anything like that, I have a down below link for you guys. If you want to try to make yours, here's the step-by-step video for you guys to follow. Thank you so much. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below so I know what to do next for the tutorials. And check it out, the list. There's a bunch of new ones and old ones that are cool. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.